Hey detectives, welcome to the crew. I'm CeeLord Agenda, and this is my Let's Play of Disco Elysium. In the last episode, we finally found the elusive Insulindian Phasmid, and we're now finally headed back to shore to call in our backup and wrap up the case for good.
On the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Just waiting for me.
Look what the tide brought him.
Oh, hey, John. My squad mates, you're finally here, says the man without sunglasses. Suddenly his expression changes and he tilts his head.
I want to call you a teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got all that gear, but there's no doubt in my mind that some bad people are looking for it. Also, you look like a fucking idiot.
Thanks, John.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen. This is the man with sunglasses from the whirling in rags. But where are his sunglasses?
What, the armor? Nobody else seems bothered by it.
Oh, really? They don't seem bothered by it? That's because you're a cop in an exoskeleton.
Yeah, I'm a cop at a goddamn exoskeleton.
Actually, are you? Are you still a cop? There's so much disco going on, it's hard to tell.
Gotta get some disco in, man.
Vic, calm down.
Hold on, you're the man with sunglasses.
That's right. And you're some kind of murder machine.
Where are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met
Trent?
on several occasions.
Wait, are you from my precinct or something? What are you doing here?
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Comar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it.
I see.
Special Consultant Trent Heidelstam,
Huh.
Battle Officer Judith Minot.
I actually did know Trent.
Hi.
Hi,
We've
Judy.
come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisoragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
He adds, suddenly regaining his confidence.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Says warmly, flashing the Lieutenant the tiniest of smiles.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
Look, forget about all this. There's a giant
We're
stick.
not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
What's this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science.
See?
My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
Honestly, what does he have to say? I was in a goddamn gunfight without him.
Shit, kid. What an interesting moniker.
So, Trent Heidelstein turns out to be Special Consultant Trent
Yes,
Heidelstein.
I'm Trent Heilerstein. I never said I wasn't Trent Heilerstein.
What's up with the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
So, what's up with all the interesting history? Spy on me?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
So what are you special consulting then?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s. Like partial psychotraumatic amnesia,
Sounds
full
right.
personality theory.
Yeah.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
How'd you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
I saved his establishment and he still betrays me?
Strange. He didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look saved at all. There was a giant aerograffito in front of the building, mixed with blood.
It was just this one delinquent sin.
I don't know. It had shit kid written all over it.
It's a shit kid. It's me, but
You. Shit kid? That's you.
Maybe you've deserved it.
I've clearly deserved it. You aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Well, I suspected something was off.
Did you? Or did you think I was a goddamn firefighter? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember.
I do not. No.
Absolutely no idea. 100 years?
Probably. Damn, no one's who they say they are.
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Gardener, scab leader. Kim, you're who you say you were, right?
Yes, I'm still Kim Kisoragi, still a lieutenant from Precinct 57.
Much the task force?
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Nope. Anybody else in this unit?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Heidelstown, and Guillaume Baby.
Stares at you.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Who's Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit.
Makes sense, yeah.
Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
I see.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses?
They happen to be blonde with sunglasses like you were.
See? There. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G. Bevy. It was going to be funny, but then you really did have brain damage. So not so much anymore.
Okay, I see it. So what's the unit do?
It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
The 41st isn't...
Oh, we're shit tier, Kim. We clearly are. So where you been all this time? There was a goddamn shootout with a mercenary tribunal.
God damn it, Harry.
He shifts his weight, crosses his arms, and looks you in the eye.
You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
So you let me face a squad of trained, hardened mercenary killers alone just to teach me a lesson?
It wasn't like that.
Kinda sounds like it was like that. I mean, hell, if I was really that insane, surely you should have, reported me, taken me off the case, etc.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
Well, why didn't you detect or die then?
Oh, you think it was cool you saying that? Aesthetic somehow? You were crying when we got here. Breaking things. You said we were going into the abyss.
Yeah,
None
sounds-
of us wanted to see the abyss. So we fucked off. Like you told us to.
Yeah, I don't remember any of this, John.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, Pell, and so on.
Yeah, that's bad.
As
It's real
displayed
bad.
in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Well, it might have something to do with an anomaly in the church. There happens to be a hole in the world in there.
Corresponding to the 20-centimeter hole in your brain. Sure. This theory has great symmetry. I see how it folds into itself neatly.
But there is another man who's lost his memory. Crab Man.
Crabman is an unfortunate choice of words, but I was there. The church on the coast shook from an audiospatial anomaly. It may have been anthroponetic, or perhaps related to radio waves. Either way, I have put this into my report. You should read it. I do not, however, think it has anything to do with him drinking himself to the point of brain damage.
Thank you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Just to clarify, I do not think his other anthroponetics are a hoax. Pale produces global phenomena. It's proven. However, what has not been proven is total memory loss after drinking too much Komodo Red. Honestly, I think he's just lying to us.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before.
I have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
The two cases in your ledger, the unsolvable case and the Next World mural, those were recent. Those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here.
He gestures toward the scenery.
Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
I'm ready to lead again. It's fine. It's totally great.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension?
They can keep that pension. You're rock solid. You can put your clothes on hard.
Totally can. What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Tequila Sunset also jumped the canal, by the way.
Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Tequila Sunset. Jump the canal. So funny, Harry. Thank you for fucking me. Thank you for
Bad,
destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of my payslip. You know that, right? You're gonna get fired. And I'm gonna pay till I die.
It's not great, yeah.
It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
Badge?
The thing that tells people you're a police officer.
Okay, it's right here.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
Uh-oh. A success.
Not today, badge.
Behold, my badge.
And your gun?
Yes, because I'm impressed by the piece of plastic in
As
your
if
hand.
having your badge and gun are natural stakes.
I have
not
so many guns. I have like 4 guns on my person right now. The gun's right here.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
I'm not drunk. I haven't started drinking again.
So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then?
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
I have handled an actual corpse, yes, it's true.
I don't believe you. You're drunk. You let a suspect escape, a certain classier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Her? Not taking her in was the right thing. She gave us a vital clue that led us to the island.
Oh, well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, the one who shot herself, in the head, or the fact that you're Evra Claire's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff, that's nothing, that's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 6 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
There's actually nothing I could have done to avoid that.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired unvetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Yes, I also solved the case. It's solved. All of it.
Detective, it's better if I do that.
He says in a lowered
It's
voice.
so much better if he does this. 1,000,000 times better.
Yeah, probably.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He brushes a straight strand of hair out of his eye and coughs.
You spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Yefretor Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
See?
1 week.
It's not great, yeah.
Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure. He says disco about 20 times a day.
Disco, baby! Come on!
It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a Mazovian socio-economist. He's even gotten involved in a highly theoretical underground reading group, which, again, for a police officer, is unusual.
Thanks, Kim.
You should yell something.
That is not a good idea.
Yes, let's let the big boys talk.
Yes, let's.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective, one of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads,
True.
however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven.
I have literally solved every side quest that I came across in the entire game, except to start drinking again, which seems like one that's better off not solved.
Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, I have to disagree with you, Mr. Vicmar, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Okay, he did something.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species,
Yes, new species, previously unknown to science.
A new species.
a
Yes.
colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid.
Do
and
not drop
shows
the
it
fucking
to the
photo, Kim.
officers across the yard. The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand. You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Is Hosiana? I don't quite understand that. Artist, and it also means cry for divine help. Maybe we should just keep shutting up.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
Tangentially. Yes, I believe the pheromone it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation.
The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
Apparently.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
It's pretty crazy.
Yes. It really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
It does, doesn't it? His tired eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
We have a strong motive for the killer.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
Revolutionary matronym?
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead. This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
I see.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Tront. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
Act of jealousy.
Jealousy? I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70-something?
A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the phasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason, said he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that.
It's my masterpiece. They'll teach this in cop school.
Masterpiece? Get over yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
I haven't been drinking, Joel. Shut the fuck up.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something.
Well, yeah, I've been a hardcore alcoholic for years. Like, my liver's destroyed. But, there was a dead man on the boardwalk. I found and solved a missing persons case.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How'd you
The
know?
body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I have confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad.
Who's Kuno?
Alright.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, you're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright. I'm in. At this point, anything is but the drink.
Alright, fair enough. Fix the strike situation.
How? It seems to be ongoing. I see red banners on the gates.
Yes, but it's better than it was.
He didn't quite solve it. He cross-pollinated information between the company rep and Evrard, until the rep came to see that the Union desires war. At which point Mrs. Messier decided to...
He shrugs.
What? Hand clear the terminal.
I told people some things. No big deal, things are calmer now.
Sounds like you got played, Harry. Because you were off your tits on Al Ghul.
I did get played, but it wasn't because of the alcohol.
Maybe. Certainly. You're Everclaus Peony now, just as I said. He's a mob boss, did you know?
Only
It's
halfway.
not quite like that. The move allowed us to stabilize things here. It was not bad for Martinez, and we don't owe anyone anything.
Okay.
Slow nod.
Silence. Good. The man doesn't know what to say.
I think I should not mention the other 3 things. They seem like they would make me sound crazier. So what do you say? Want to take this hot ship
I
back?
don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder.
He shrugs.
So I have to, dude.
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
There's a trial?
Agreed.
Oh, I guess
the
I'm the
public
trial.
relations
This is the
potential
trial.
of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Wait. Couple of questions before we go about, who I
The
am.
man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but
Before I was a gym
Before
teacher?
you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coran. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
Explains a lot, I guess.
Harry. It explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair,
Collection of found sportswear I've amassed.
your moves on the church floor, which honestly was just jump aerobics, your use of the word graffito.
The raw, robust stamina output.
It's true.
Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy. And this guy, too.
Yeah.
God, even this javelin throwing freak here.
God, contact Mike.
Of course. Contact Mike.
He's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy.
Contact Mike is a reprise of the most inspiring basic sporting principle of open competition. A 5,000 to 1 rank outsider.
Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impassable gulf of finance and privilege?
It is getting cold out.
When was this? When I was a gym teacher?
In your 20s or late 20s? You've really let yourself go since then.
I was a gym teacher in Cologne.
Yes, you taught gym in Cool. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards. Coudon is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Assel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
Makes sense. Alright, why did I join the RCM?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
Right, and then she left me, and I've been absolutely mentally destroyed ever since.
I knew
Gotcha.
it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Kim is just super relieved that for an explanation as to why I've been running him ragged all week. Why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
Yeah, that seems
You
right.
really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
I really did, yeah. Was her name Dora?
Yeah. Dora England, I think.
Not Dora Dubois.
But you weren't even married?
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was way before my time.
6 years?
Yeah. Or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Engelund really tore you a new one. A big one.
Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Figures.
Extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
See.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin.
Gotcha.
Payne Welkin.
Oh, Painwell. That's
I've
not
only
good.
seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go.
Judith's not happy with us standing out here in the freezing
I
cold
think she
talking
taught
about
at
this.
the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing.
So I was shooting above my socioeconomic weight here. Gotcha.
My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
Go talk to a forensic psychiatrist. Got it.
In other words,
He's probably
he's heard enough about this.
Okay. Am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre?
No,
Oh. Well, suspects seem to think.
you're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
Not a good one, probably, at
I
least,
assure
yeah.
you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal out of it.
Alright. What kind of station is Precinct 41?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
He tilts his head northward.
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Thorson and McLean?
Mac the Torso Torson and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They
See.
are damn iconic though, Torson and McLean.
An iconic duo, I take it?
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage.
And the C wing is.
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's
see.
also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
And Price is.
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Why did we need to go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
Honestly, fair.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast. Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
Also fair. So I work in the bloody murder station?
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershore. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
And I gotta tell Lena about this phasmid ASAP.
Who is Lena?
She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock. Remember?
A cryptozoologist lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about the phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
She looks at Vicmar.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
Sweet.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
Watch out or she'll faint.
Right. What do you do, Lieutenant Kitsuragi?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
Tensions are real high. He pulls up his collar and looks around, the cold spring light reflected in the lenses of his glasses.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Distant traffic. A scrap of newspaper drifts by, carried by the wind.
You want to do that at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I'm gonna investigate. You wanna come work with me?
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
The lieutenant turns very serious all of a sudden.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
Got an achievement for recruiting him. He returns her
He's
smile.
really considering it.
Alright, I'm
Good.
ready. She looks to you, then Vicmar.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Torsen? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Yes. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomny Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the people. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Is the captain actually a communist or something?
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
I think this might mean end. Yeah, I believe it does. Well, we pulled it off. Solved the case. There it is. Well, that was something. It's quite something. Quite exceptional overall. Probably a solid 9. It gets sort of points off because it was barely a game, if we're being honest. It was more of a visual novel. But I've nothing against that. I really like novels, so... If I were actually role-playing seriously, I would have had to, accept the results of some dice rolls that would mess things up. But considering I only really intended to play it once, I obviously saved scum, which kind of undid the already limited existing game mechanics, which pretty much just come down to dice rolling. See, dice rolling as a mechanic doesn't... It makes more sense in tabletop games where you have unlimited creativity, but ultimately you're still limited by a pretty strict predefined set of ideas here, so it doesn't make as much sense for a sole mechanic for the game, I think. But it was satisfying nonetheless, really. And the story was outstanding. It was really, really, really good. I mean, really, really good. So, overall, I'd give it a definite solid 9 out of 10. Less as a game, more as a story or a novel or something. I definitely recommend it to anybody, especially if you have left-wing politics, but very good. Not realize the same people did so many of these. I'll watch through the credits because, well, first of all, they deserve it. Second of all, there might be an epilogue or something still. Perhaps not. We're at the actual credits now, but could be. So plans for the future for the channel. I do know exactly what we're going to be playing next, actually, for the RPG slot. It's going to be Citizen Sleeper, which is probably a game with some vaguely similar mechanics and themes, actually, but entirely different producer and everything. When we played the previous game by Citizen Sleeper's makers, I want to say Open Waters, but I don't think that's exactly right. But we did play the previous game before. It was... oh, In Other Waters, yeah. I did play the previous game by their maker before, and I really, really enjoyed that one, so I'm hoping Citizen Sleeper will be very, very good as well. We'll see. That'll be a relatively short one, I think. And then after that, it's going to be probably we finally get to Pillars of Eternity 2. But we'll see, that's not definite yet. Unfortunately, there's never going to be any kind of sequel to this game, because in true left-wing fashion, they've completely split up, sold out, hate each other. The original studio barely exists with any original personnel, and there's like 7 different alleged successors, so... it's safe to say Disco Elysium 2 isn't having any functional fashion anytime soon. The twist with the Phasmid actually being central to everything is really interesting. Because, I mean, I kind of assumed for a while that, well, they double twisted that hard, because, okay, yes, they came across, like, Morel looked a little bit like a nut job, but at the same time you kind of assume that because it's a whole quest in the game that it's going to be real. And then they really made it seem like it wasn't. Everything failed, and then turns out he was wrong about the size, but there was a Phasmid after all. And it was psychic somehow, maybe pheromones, but it's possible our conversation with it was a little bit, you know, in our slightly insane head, but maybe not too. Who knows what kind of powers all it has exactly. It's definitely has some kind of pheromone thing or something going on. The murder itself wasn't that clever, actually, which I almost just completely brush over in light of how entertaining the story as a whole was and its twists and all that, but there was literally no realistic possible way whatsoever to anticipate who the murderer would be. It did not follow the standard detective novel rules of having it be somebody who was introduced early on, or of you having all the clues you needed to solve it ahead of time, really. You had no idea, there were basically no hints of who the deserter was before you actually met him, as far as I can tell. The island's existence was hinted at, or was explicitly stated, which perhaps hinted that it was important, but wasn't on the map or anything, so it wasn't that easy to tell it was there. Kim Harry dynamic was just amazing ultimately. Kim is an absolute 10 out of 10 partner. I mean, more of us need a Kim in our lives to deal with our bullshit. Ziggy the dog. I like it. I think we're almost to the end of the credits, hopefully. Larian? How are they involved in this? No idea. We help somehow. Mankind, be vigilant. We loved you. Alright, everybody. And that's Citizen Sleeper. I hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you all had a good time. However much of it you watched. Hope you all join me for Citizen Sleeper starting 2 days from whenever this is uploaded. Or next week if you're watching the stream. And it's 3:30 a.m. so that's going to be the end of it for me. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all have a nice evening. This is Seedlord Jenda signing off.